What's going on, everyone? So usually my videos consist of yard work, projects, fishing. I'm going to add one more aspect to my YouTube channel, and that's going to be weight loss. Those of you that know me or familiar with me know that I've lost just shy of 150 pounds. I'm at 148 pounds, and I felt that it was necessary to talk to you guys about what I did. Right off the bat, let's just get a few things clear. I haven't purchased anything. I don't expect you to. I don't work for anybody. I don't expect you to. I'm not part of a multi-level marketing ring. You shouldn't be either. I don't believe in those. I haven't done any fancy fad diets. I don't expect you to. I've eaten some cake. I've drank some sugary drinks. I've been drunk during this process, and I expect you to as well. I have figured out some tools to make weight loss a little easier. I'm going to spill it all right here. Straight up, no gimmicks. My goal for this is to increase my watch time on YouTube, increase my subscribers. That's all you got to do. That's all I'm asking of you, is to just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. That's it. I'm going to show you guys everything I used. I'm going to teach you how to calculate your total daily energy expenditure. It's a free website link. I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to teach you how to track all your foods. I'm going to go over conversions, tell you how to access conversion charts on the computer. I'm going to go over tracking apps. Some of these are free. I prefer to spend a couple bucks a month on the apps, but that's just personal preference. It has a larger food library, and it's got a few more features, but you can do the same thing on Pro. I'm not selling it to you, but we're going to go over all that here as well. I'm going to give you guys all the resources that you're going to need to learn how to lose the weight yourself naturally, without having surgery, without huge restrictive diets, without giving up all your favorite stuff. And within a year, year and a half, I promise you, you're going to see some major differences. I'm 150 pounds down. I started at the end of January 2020. So what's that? 16 months? That's almost 10 pounds a month. And I feel great. I look great. The feedback, everybody mentions it. Everybody wants to know how I did it. So I'm going to spill it for you. I'm going to break it down and show you guys exactly what I did. And all I want you to do, just throw me a like, throw some comments on there, put some interaction on my page, bring the traffic to it. That's what I'm looking for. In order to know what your caloric deficit needs to be, you need to know what your total daily energy expenditure is. You can get a rough estimate on what this is by Googling TDEE calculator. When the website comes up, you want to input the information as accurately as you possibly can, and please don't lie about your energy levels. If you think that you are actually sedentary, but you put moderate, you're going to get false numbers. Please be real with yourself. If anything, put that you're lazier than what you actually are. It's going to cause more of a caloric restriction, which causes more weight loss. Once you've put these numbers in, you're going to get 3 different settings for caloric intake. You're going to get a maintenance mode, cutting mode, and bulking mode. For anybody who's trying to lose weight, you want to use the cutting mode. If you selected the cutting mode, you're going to find that there's 3 different settings within that. It's low carb, middle carb, and high carb. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are your friend. Carbs are the main source of fuel that your body needs to survive. The people that really need to focus on carb cutting are professional athletes that are looking for optimal physique. There are several tracking apps on the App Store that are free. MyFitnessPal is one of the most popular ones. This one definitely has a free setting. You can purchase Pro version, but this will do everything you need it to do for entry-level weight loss. I prefer my macros. I think it's a little bit more user-friendly, but Pro version's $2.99 a month. And guys, beyond food choices and beyond good food choices, you can eat too much healthy food. It's all about calories. So I have a caloric expenditure of approximately 3,100 calories a day, or that's my intake, to include a 500 calorie deficit. So I can eat a lot more than somebody who's 100 pounds. So it's very, very, very important that you invest in measuring devices. An electronic scale that can weigh down to the gram is something that you most certainly want to invest in. Something else that you want to invest in is measuring cups for liquid measurements. And then I also highly recommend the containers for like packing your lunch with divided sections. That helps portion control, and it helps keep all your food stored for the next day or for meal prepping, whichever you choose. We like to cook extra dinner so that I can pack my lunch for the next day. Meal prepping gets boring for me, but it's up to you. So now let's talk about food. Everybody thinks that to eat healthy, it's so expensive. That's false. There's been plenty of times where we've had to go grocery shopping and we've only had 50 bucks to our name and we're feeding a family of 4. Were we eating everything that we wanted? Absolutely not. But were we eating? Yes. And can we do it in a healthy way? Yes. It is very possible. One thing that I always make sure that's in the house is a big bulk bag of rice. Rice goes a long way. It's cheap. Another food that goes a long way, super filling, is Quaker. You can buy the off-brand too, Millville from Aldi. That's where we go all the time. The Minute Oats. They're quick, they're easy, they're cheap, they're filling. As far as calories are concerned and your macros, they stack up pretty well. Chicken. Okay, yes, my favorite is a boneless, skinless chicken breast. But if I'm penny pinching and I need to save some money, chicken legs, chicken thighs. They do have a little bit higher of a fat content, but overall, it's still a good source of lean protein. The low or the fat-free cottage cheeses that I eat, they're like $1.49 for a big tub of it. There's 4 or 8 servings in it. There are ways to stretch your money. One of the biggest ways of doing that is simply by going to one of your off-name grocery stores. Yes, we do prefer ShopRite, not gonna lie. But today, we're in between pay periods. We loaded the kids up and we went out to Aldi. We grabbed our quarter and we shoved it in the cart and we carted the kids around. We bought our brown bags and we made it happen. Was able to fill a whole shopping cart full of food for a little more than $100. And for a family of 4, that's not bad. But there's certainly ways to do it cheaper. So the thought process that eating healthy is expensive, it doesn't have to be that way. You just have to know what to look for. Sometimes when you go grocery shopping, it is daunting. It is so hard to figure out what you should buy, and everybody wants to buy the same stuff. They'll buy chicken breasts, they'll buy broccoli, they'll buy apples, and maybe some other like fish, but they'll buy the same, usually a grocery list of less than 10 items and expect to stick with it. I have certainly found my go-to items like cottage cheese. I cannot tell you how many tubs of cottage cheese I go through. That is one snack. It's got a little bit of naturally occurring salt. It feels great on the palate. It mixes with a lot of different things. So that's one thing that I have been drawn to, along with blueberries, strawberries, yogurts. Sweet potatoes are something that I always like to have on the grocery list. My wife usually takes care of it, but it's something that she always makes sure to have in the house. They are nutritionally dense for lunches and stuff. I always like to have some low-fat string cheeses or cheese sticks. I'm a huge deli meat fan. Now, when it comes to like grocery shopping and stuff, you have to have goals. Some people want to be vegan. Some people want no GMOs. Some people want keto. For me, I just want the best bang for my buck when it comes to the caloric intake. I'm not really mixing out meats. I'm not really mixing out GMO. I'm not mixing out carbs. I love carbs. You can lose weight with carbs. One thing that I'm not going to do though, I could take you to my fridge right now and show you a full bottle of sugar-free barbecue sauce. It tastes like junk. So for me, these calories are worth it because chicken all the time gets old. You gotta switch it up. So we switch it up. Turkey bacon, chicken sausages, turkey kibasi, all kinds of vegetables. You'll see we go through vegetables like crazy. You have to have fun with your food. If you don't have fun with purchasing your food, you're going to fail. Look at it as a game. After looking at the grocery trip haul that we just did today, you can see that like there's a bunch of staple foods that we always get. And then it's always a game of how can I make this taste better? Like instead of cookies, man, I could house some cookies. I'm not even going to lie. Just yesterday, she made some cookies. I think I had like a dozen of them. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm not eating the food because you can eat the food. You just have to learn how to count the calories, okay? So you can't have a dozen cookies every day. That's the first time I've done that in like 12 months. I'll find an alternative. So you can find on Pinterest or Google. You can go and look up protein cookies, or you can, instead of pancakes and waffles, I take the 2 eggs, the banana, and the oatmeal, I blend it up, and I make my protein pancakes and protein waffles that way. I've pretty much nixed the extra sugar in just about anything, but in the few instances where I do want sugar, like in my oatmeal, not even my coffee, I drink black, I'll use a little bit of stevia or add some fresh berries, or there's always alternatives. Now, that being said, there's also arguments with a lot of the alternatives, but a lot of people will be like, oh, the sugar, alcohols and the fake sweeteners, they cause cancer. Well, being morbidly obese causes death. So weigh out your pros and cons. One thing I've started to do is transition and build off of the building blocks that I've acquired over the past little more than a year. So it started out, my first goal was to lose 100 pounds with no exercise, because at the time I was just shy of 500 pounds. I knew that that would kill my body. I wouldn't be able to withstand it. I would quit, I'd get discouraged, and then I'd eat more. So I made the goal to lose 100 pounds, and then I would start exercising. And when I hit that goal, I started exercising, and I used free apps on the App Store. So I will include that a little bit later. The Strong Lifts 5x5 program is one of the best programs for somebody to start lifting weights in. The Couch to 5K, there's a free version of that. You can start getting up and getting onto the pavement and learning how to run and accomplishing those 5K goals. But you have to walk before you run. You have to crawl before you walk. Do it in baby steps. It's not a sprinting race. It's a marathon. It's a long cross-country marathon, and you can do it. If you have any questions, if you need any guidance or anybody to tell you some tips and tricks, or if you have any, hey man, I'm in this situation, what do you think I should do? Reach out, put a comment, follow me on my other social media. On Instagram, I'm TommyTimber621. I think it's linked, but if not, look me up. I'm also drop_weight_resuscitate on Instagram. That's my fitness Instagram. Reach out. Ask me questions. I have no problem helping, free of charge. I'm not trying to be a trainer or anything. I just want people to learn how to lose weight effectively. There's too many programs out there that are ripping you off and setting you up for failure.